What's going on, everyone? My name is Bancroft. Thank you for tuning in. And today we got an update. And by update, I mean I got some stuff to talk about and what this week looks forward towards, and some stuff that I've been trying to get to for a while that I'm finally getting to. So yeah, let's get into all of it. And I guess before we get into it, buttons, links, check them out if you're interested. And there is timestamps and description on the screen right here. If I feel like putting it there, I don't know, it'll be somewhere where you could jump to if you just want to jump to a certain subject. But yeah, what we're going over today is some Master stuff. We got some Star Wars stuff. I want to talk a little bit about Fusion World as well, because even though I haven't been playing it lately just because of what's been happening in my life and what I'm trying to take care of, a deck that I wanted to play is just over the top and it's ridiculous. I just kind of want to touch base on it a little bit. But yeah, let's talk about Masters, because that's first things first. For this week, we got a few things coming out. I do have a matchup between the SS4 Vegito deck and 3Han, which was a very good matchup, a very back and forth matchup. And I think it came down to whoever won that matchup, literally came down to the draws and who got what first. And yeah, that was a really fun one. Profile wise, I do plan on going over the SS4 Vegito deck list as well, and also Bardock and Harriet Will. So I don't know. It's been a bit, but I did the poll for this, and Bardock and Harriet Will won. And I was holding off a little bit because I wanted to get the new Bardock card out to test with and play at the locals and see how it felt before I made the list. But then things just kind of happened in my life that kind of pushed that down and down and down. And eventually I was like, all right, cool. I'm organizing all our cards into their binders finally, which has been crazy stuff. And who knew that we have, for me, 4 binders full of promos. Now, granted, I'm only doing up to 4 each of every promo unless it's a leader, then it's only like taking up like 1 slot. And I put like 2 cards in every sleeve. So like I have 4 binders of just promo cards for this card game, which is ridiculous because we're sitting at like, I think we're almost at 600. I don't think those have been released yet, but I think releases up to maybe 590. Maybe it is like 600 for the battle hour cards, which I leave spots for those in my binder, but I probably will never get those. Oh well. But it's been fun trying to organize all the binders, and I finally got to the point where, like, all right, cool. I'm throwing Bardock and Harriet Will together because it won the poll a long time ago. I talked to Jake about my list. I showed him about it. I kind of looked into other people's lists as well after the new stuff came out, and I'm kind of happy where I finally got this build set to. So I do plan on doing like one of those breakdowns where I talk about like what it was when it first came out, and then as we got new cards, what got added and yada yada, and where I ended up being with the deck. So hopefully you guys check that video out when it comes out. But that also means we're doing a new poll, and I don't know what's gonna be on that poll, but I plan on touching back onto that at the end of this video. So if you want to see the 3 leaders before the poll drops, go to the end of this video, see the spins. We'll go into there from there. Let's talk about, before I move over to Star Wars, the May Regional, because something I thought about always, doing, but never actually did, was talk about what these events are. So we're going to touch base on the regional that happened in May not too long ago, which I think was in North Carolina. And this is a good spread. And I say that because when I go over Fusion World for half a second, it's not a good spread. So we had in first was the Son Gohan and Trunks, which was really cool. We actually had 4 of those in the top 16. And then we had 2 cooler cards. Cooler Revenge Transform. Cooler Mill. There we go. I can't think of the correct word all of a sudden. We had 2 of, set 22, I think, Gohan. We had 2 of the SS4 Vegeta. And then we had a Bulma Cell Return to Life, which got a really, the regional promo. I got a chance to play against it this past weekend. Grant Chase was playing a proxy with it, but just seeing it in action felt really good. And the fact that it was just able to thin the deck out made that deck, it made it really good. Like, I was just excited that I personally hate that deck. And as new stuff came out, I've been okay with it. I could take it out now. I remember when it first came out, I was like, this deck is everywhere. Everyone's wanting to play it. It's a menace. But now I'm kind of like, oh, this deck's not as bad. But it's just good to see it get new support. And I think the regional was really good for it. 1 Hachiak, 1 Frieza Scourge of Saiyans, 1 Super Fu, and then 1 Son Goku Vegeta Tag Team in Hell. So yeah, it's a good spread altogether. And the first place list was, I think it was, yeah, Legends. And one of the interesting tech I actually liked that he added, and I'm not, grant, I haven't played Sun Gohan Trunks in probably about a month, so I haven't really tweaked it or even looked into other ways of going at it. Just kind of had my own personal build I looked at. But I think playing Bulma Bunny Girl is great, and I don't know when this could have been from day one. People were just playing, and I'm just stupid, and I just never played it. But I think Bulma the Bunny Girl is actually a smart play because, the auto is when one of your red Earthling cards, other than Bulma, is removed from the battle area by an opponent's skill, you play this card from your hand. And if you do, you put up to one red Earthling only battle card, which costs 4 less from your drop. And you go, well, the decks run with, say, Earthling cards. What are your targets? Well, first of all, he's playing Videl, Encouraging Danger, which is a 3 cost. In auto, Spirit Boost 1, if your leader is red or heroine card, when this card is played, choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards and they get minus 20,000 power for the turn. There's an option. As long as you have a unison in play, boom, that's fine. And normally the counterplay is how you play this card if you have a unison with specific cost of 3 or more in play. But you could just play this using Bulma Girl. That's just really cool. Or you just play the 1-drop Bulma to draw 1 card. But still, wasn't expecting that. That's absolutely awesome. I don't know if this was something from day one or someone just finally stumbled across and hey, this is interesting tech. I like this idea. That's cool. And then the second place was also SS4 Vegeta. Looking at this list, it has a slight core engine. Definitely a little bit different than what I took, but I did see a lot of people playing the Fighting Spirit Goku. I ended up not putting that on my list. Thought about it. Probably should have, but it penalized people for reacting counters. But overall, this list looks pretty awesome as well. But yeah, those are first and second place. Super excited to kind of see this spread. Absolutely loved it. Moving over to Star Wars, our 3 matchups we have going on for cameras is Luke Green taking on Iden Green, Luke Green taking on Leia Green, and then we have Leia Green taking on Cassian Yellow. So it was a little bit smaller turnout this past weekend, so we kind of just able to but have a couple of decks reappear on camera just because it was just more convenient that way. And yeah, we got some pretty good matchups in there. Some nail biters, some kind of what looks to be very kind of halfway through the match, you go, oh, I understand what's happening here. But yeah, hopefully you all catch on to those. And hopefully I get a conversation with Jake talking about maybe Jake and Nick, because they kind of together built the blue, their Luke Green deck a little bit. And I might talk about my experience with Cassian as well in that same conversation, just because it was a leader I haven't seen anyone really play by themselves. I always see it kind of in a twin son situation. And speaking of twin sons, if it's something you guys are interested in, I do plan on setting up a setup in my basement, invite some people over to do some twin son gameplay. It's a little bit harder to do that at the shop just because of space purposes. But I do plan on hopefully getting a setup hooked up downstairs in my basement, or we get all 4 mats together and kind of get the lighting set, get the camera perfect where we need it. That way we could have all 4 shows at the same time, but then when individual players are playing, we could pop down to just the single player person doing their turn and actions and kind of seeing how it plans out. And I plan on, when I get to that point, maybe throwing some cool graphics while we're doing this. I don't know. I want to experiment. I want to start doing more twin sons, especially when set 2 comes out, because they open up more of a variety of stuff. I'm super excited about that and can't wait to kind of do more experimentations with that stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the Star Wars. Not too much going on there. Moving over to Fusion World. Mainly just want to talk about this North Carolina event that just happened. I think it was North Carolina. 14 of the top 16 decks was top coup, set 2 Son Goku. And I knew this deck was going to be good. I just wasn't expecting it to be so overwhelmingly good. That I think I heard 80% of the people that were there was playing this deck. And as they should, the deck is good. It once you get Wakened, it is so aggro heavy that it's ridiculous. And there were 2 other decks that made top 16. One was Beer, so another red deck, and the other one was set 2 starter Vegeta, so blue Vegeta. And man, looking at the first place list, which I think was Andrew DeVols, I think is, I'm bad at saying names. But like, for example, the leader itself, once awakened, once returned, you discard for 1 energy, discard 1 card from your hand. You play up to 1 battle card, 20,000 power or less, tournament power, and its special traits from your hand. And as I talked about this when these cards were released, the strategy was here: you play Kalfa. She's a 20k battle card. Permanent. If your leader is awakened, it gains 5,000 power, making it a 25k. So it's 20k in your hand. On play becomes 25k. But on play, you draw 1 card. So it's pretty much replacing the card you discard. Like, it's not a 1-to-1 ratio in that situation, but it's replacing the card you had to discard. And then you play up to 1 battle card with cost of 3 or less in tournament power and a special trait from your hand. And there are so many options for this. To kind of go over it, I think I loosely talked about the new Gohan being an option for it, which if permanent, if it's your turn, if your leader's awakened, this card gets 5k power boost, making it also a 25k. So not only are you attacking with a 20k leader, but then you have 2 25ks coming out for just 1 energy. And then also, this Gohan naturally is one of those 2 Gohans that also helps you get down to 3 life a lot quicker. And because it's when attacking up to 1 card from your life, and then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 15,000 power for the turn. Potentially, because there's not a limit 1 factor in this game, on turn 5, if you're awakened, which you can easily get to turn 5 with 3 life, you could pay 1, discard a card, play Kalfa from your hand. Boom, 25k. Then when Kalfa plays, let's say you play Catapezla, right? He's a 20k battle card. On play, 1 attack, and also when KO'd, he will negate 1 of your opponent's card by 5k. And then after you attack with those 2 cards and your leader, you pay the other 4 energy you have for another Kefla, which then say you turn around and you play the new Son Gohan, which now you have 2 more 25ks that you're attacking with, and that Son Gohan will negate another card by 15k. So all in this 1 action with using 5 energy, you've played 4 battle cards. 3 of those battle cards are 25k, 1 of those battle cards is 20k, and then you've also negged a card possibly by 25k, or you just kind of sprinkled that out there how you felt like it doing. It's just really good. I also think I talked about it where you can also play the Android 17, which has a permanent. If your leader is Universe 7 in its special trait, it gets 5k power, making this card a 30k. And also, if your leader's awakened, this card can't be KO'd by skills. Like it's a 30k beater. It's just really good. Like, there's so much possibility of just cycling cards out, or not cycling, but just playing whatever you want. And yeah, like, I knew this deck would be good. I just wasn't expecting it to blow up in the way it did. So yeah, if you took this to the event, kudos. Hopefully you're one of the people who did really well. And if you played against this and you weren't playing this deck, what were you playing? Like, I'm just curious, because I'm just curious what people's experience was at this event. I just happened to see this whole thing blow up, and I looked into it. I'm like, holy crap, that is ridiculous. I want to kind of lightly talk about it when I got a chance to make this video. So yeah, Top was good. So we have our new list up here. I've also added set 24 to it. I do plan on being out of town for 3 days this week. So during that time, I'll have the poll up for 2 days, but I'll kind of be brewing whatever pops up. That way I can have this ready for y'all next week, and I go back doing more of a weekly cycle on this, and hopefully that allows me to once a week build something new, and then hopefully talk about something old, which I look forward to doing that stuff again. It's fun stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna do our first kind of spin here and see what happens. All right, so our first one is, there you go, BT. This is a blue set 4 leader. So this is either Hirudegarn or it's what was the other blue one? Trunks. Okay. So show me the backside. Iron Vow Trunks. Okay, so we have set 4 Iron Vow Trunks. On the front side when this card attacks a leader, you draw 1 card. Straight up 4 or less life to awaken. You choose 2 of your energies, switch back to active. On the awaken side, draw 1 when you attack. Then auto at the end of your turn, if all of your energy is blue, choose up to 1 of your blue battle cards, which costs 3 or more, and up to 1 of your energy switch into active mode. Okay, it's kind of, I see potential here. I can see this working somehow. Okay. We'll see what we get with this one. All right, so we're gonna go into our next spin, and our next winner is set 579. Okay, this is a wish leader, I think. Oh, and I think it's a yellow wish leader. It's not a wish leader. It is Master Roshi. Auto burst 2. When this card attacks, you draw 1. When your life is 4 or less, choose 2 energy, switch into active mode, flip this card over, and then backside, max power Roshi, sparking 5. When this card attacks, draw 1, and this card gets plus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, which is a rest mode. Yeah, okay, so we got set 5 Master Roshi. All right, going for the final spin here. And our third leader for this poll will be set 6. Oh, it has gone 4, 5, 6. This is a set 6 green leader. I know. Oh, yeah, green. Okay. Paragus. When this card attacks, if you have a... Yeah. When this card attacks, if you have a green... If you have any green cards in your battle area, draw 1 card. Activate me, choose one card from your life, add it to your hand. If you can't add cards from your life to your hand for the duration of a turn. 4 or less life, draw 1, switch it to hybrid leader. And on the back side, it is Paragus, Father of the Demon. Permanent, you can't add cards from your life to your hand during your turn. When this card attacks, draw 1, activate battle. Once per turn, choose one card in your hand and place it to your drop area. Choose one of your Broly BR battle cards in your battle area. It gets plus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. All right, so those are our 3 leaders. We have Trunks, we have Master Roshi, and we have Paragus. Let me know what you guys think, and stay tuned for the poll. Hopefully it comes out soon if it's not already out now. But yeah, I know it should be out like within the hour of now. But yeah, that's it. That's our video. Hope you all enjoy. See you guys next time. Yeah, bye.